Alright, well here's a kind of a live unbox. Well, it's not really live, you're watching pre-recorded, but I'm going to attempt to do a quick and dirty wheel alignment or adjustment on my front end of my Suburban here. And to do that, you'll note I did order, I forget, did I do a video? Yes, I think I did. About aligning my tires with a measuring tape. Not these, but I got a Bosch laser measure tape so that I could do a bit more accurate alignment, and I should be able to get it pretty close, all things considered. So I just got this off eBay. It was about $80. It is expensive, and it is pretty much the same price as getting the wheel alignment done anyways, which you have to do multiple. You know, if you're putting winters on, you're supposed to get your alignment done. If you're putting summers on, you're supposed to get your alignment done. Anytime you change tires, you're supposed to do an alignment, and it's $80, or, you know, by the time you add tax and everything else, it's $100, and you add gas to get to the alignment place. You're spending, you know, $100 anyway. So to spend $100 on this should save me a few trips to get alignments, and so I should be able to do pretty much alignment pretty much myself. I just did the tie rod end on the Suburban there, and so like I said, this will be someone's pulling into my driveway. This should prevent me from having to do that. So let's unbox this, take a look at what we got. So like I said, this is a Bosch laser measure. It goes to 135 feet, which I don't think I would ever need, and it gets the accuracy is down to 1/16 of an inch, and that should be pretty. That should be pretty good. You know, with all the slop in the front end of a big Suburban, I think a 1/16 of an inch, if I can get it that close without any wobble, that will be amazing. There's always wobble in it, and that's why, which I learned recently, that's why you put toe in. So what you do when you do an alignment, your toes, you want your wheels to be parallel. That's the regular thinking, correct? But when they do an alignment, they actually toe them in a little bit, because as you start driving and pressure is put backwards on the wheels, it opens them up again to be parallel. So you actually align your tires to be a bit pigeon-toed like that. So like I say, when you start driving, they're parallel. So that's what I'm going to do with this, and a 1/16 of an inch should be pretty good. So let's have a look at the box here. That's the unit right there. Pretty slick. It's got a little LCD readout. Specifications: 1/16 of an inch accuracy, range 6 inches. I don't know what that is. Measuring time less than half a second. Very light, obviously. You know, whatever. What is there? What else is there to say here? Let's take this apart. You can measure area with this, apparently. That's pretty cool. You can do some angles in there as well, and it's got memory on it to remember distances. Pretty neat. Let's open this up here. Let's see. It does come with batteries. Now that is handy. Thank you, Bosch, for putting batteries in, because that would be a pain in the neck if I had to go find batteries. It also comes with a lanyard, so that's pretty neat. It comes with some target cards, so you can, I don't know if you need these. I mean, you should be able to shoot it against any surface, but they provide some target cards. You got a little manual there and the warranty, so that's cool. So let's open this guy up here. Oh, and there's a little carrying case. It's handy. Let's see if we can get this plastic open without cutting myself. This is the hardest part of buying anything off Amazon or anywhere these days. The casing this stuff comes in. There we go. Let's put that right there for now. Alright. Here comes the unit. So there is the unit. That's a very, very light unit. There's the, you got the laser there and the return sensor mirror, I guess. It's a very square unit. It looks it's rubberized. And it's got this little, let's peel this thing off. Very nice, very nice. So plain LCD, it's got rubber grips around the outside. It does to 135 feet, as I mentioned. Let's stick the batteries in it. And I won't worry about the lanyard for now. And the batteries come in a little plastic case, shrink wrapped as usual. And you'll bear with me, this is all real time. I haven't used this before, so this is my initial reactions. I'm not even going to read the manual. I assume it's plain. Don't point this thing in your eyeballs when you're using it, etc. We'll put our batteries in, and I don't know what these are. HW, these are just your standard Chinese, you know, whatever, alkalines. Stick that. Alright, so we're going to power it up now. So I assume we press the power button there. Let's see if it turns up. Yes, it does. Alright, so we're powered up. We've got a flashing screen. Now I assume you press this one, the big red button, to measure distance. So it shot over to something and it says 13 foot 11 inches. Let me point it, well, let me point it to the camera. See what that does. 11 inches? Okay, well, maybe. Maybe that wasn't shooting at the camera exactly. Let's shoot to here, just for interest's sake. There is, yeah, 7. What is that? Oh, I do see the laser pointer. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it on the box right there. See if I can point to it. There you go. You can see it on the paper there, the laser pointer. So this should be about 4 inches. This shows, I don't know what that is showing. 0 feet 7 inches. 10 inches. Oh, sorry. Right, it's measuring from the back because it's assuming you're going to put this against the back of something, because you don't just measure from here to there, because then that wouldn't be very, very helpful. So what you're going to end up doing is, let me see, you're going to end up putting it against something like this, measuring to some other object. What could I do? What can I measure on this? I wonder if I can measure the interior rim. So I'll measure from the interior rim, this side to this side here, and I should be able to line the it's not going to be perfect, but I should be able to line put the laser on the side of the rim, let go of the button, and that showed me 1 foot. Let's do that again. One foot 4 inches is what it showed. So that's interesting. Cool. And it does show in the bottom right corner, it shows 9/16. So it shows you right down to the exact measurement there. So like I say, the plan is then to go into the car. I'm not going to do this immediately. I'll do a quick demo of it. So the plan is to basically take this up here and put it on the front and the back and measure the difference between the front and the back. So let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to need to lay down here. So and I don't know if you'll be able to see the laser on the other side there. There, you can see the laser on the other tire there. I'll get this in the center ball of the tire there. And it's not exactly vertical here. I'll go like this. So that's 4 foot 10 inches and 11/16. So remembering, it does keep a memory, and you'll notice that these numbers will scroll up basically, so you can see the last measurement done. So if I go to the back of the tire and do the same thing, then I'll have an idea as to whether these are parallel, these tires, or not. And so let's go and do that. And I'll go on the other side there. And so here, see what I'm doing here. I'm just putting it right against the ball of the tire as high as I can, basically. As high as I'm able to. And then I'm going to, a bit of a two-hand job, and then I'm going to basically line that up there. Just hopping into here to clarify that this is by no means super accurate, you're just getting a pretty good ballpark idea of the measurement on your tires. So this is not super accurate. You certainly wouldn't want to charge using this sort of tool, charge someone for this sort of work, but it will get you close enough. And so now it shows 410, which is good. 4 foot 10 inches between the tires on the front and the back. But you see, you probably can't see, the front is 11/16, and the back is 21/32. So now I would I would have to go, and what would that be? That would be 10/16, 10.5/16. All right, well, at this point I could have just set it into metric mode, and it will do to the thousandths of a meter, the millimeter, obviously, centimeters, millimeter. So that would be the easy way to do it. Metric is a lot easier to deal with than trying to figure out, these fractions in my head. But I think it indeed was 10.5 after I took some time to figure it out. So yeah, switch it over to metric, and it's actually a lot easier to figure out which is closer, which is farther, and you won't have to worry about the imperial system, especially if you're Canadian. If you're American, well, you may want to stay with the imperial system. Anyways, just a little tip there. And you do that by holding down, I have it over there, but you do that by holding down the function key for 4 seconds, I think. That's what it says in the manual. You can switch it from feet and inches into the metric system, meters, centimeters, millimeters, if I were to compare apples to apples. So we're off by, yeah, a 1/16. We're off by a 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, I think we're off by a 1/16 of an inch. So that's interesting. But I want toe in on the front. So 10.5. This is smaller. So yeah, I'm the back wheels, so my tires are pointed like that a little bit, basically. And what I want to do is I want to bring them in, reverse those measurements, basically, so that they're towed in just a tiny bit. And then I think that will resolve it. But that is pretty close, I gotta say. So I'll do some real minor adjustments, and first I'll see if I can get this to equal each other exactly. And then beyond that, I'll get it to where the front of the tires are just pigeon-toed in just a wee bit. And so that's how you can use a Bosch laser measuring tape to do your alignment. And it's going to be more accurate, obviously, than a tape measure. And yeah, costs about the same as an alignment would. And if you're changing tires a lot, etc., and you feel confident, not too concerned about it, or you just want to do a minor mid-year adjustment, before you pay $100 to get an alignment, well, then something like this may work. So there it is, the laser measure tape. Hope that helps the next guy. It seems to work right off the bat. It's a no-brainer, and that's how you do it. Just measure like that, shoots the laser, measures it, accurate up to a 1/16 of an inch. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave it there, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Just some bonus clip here of a lanyard. People may not care about this stuff, but I'll just show you putting the lanyard on it. And I will put the lanyard on. Where's the lanyard go on this thing? Where does it? Maybe the lanyard doesn't go on this unit itself, because I see no lanyard spots for it. Fair enough. So I think, oh no, there's a lanyard spot. See if I can get that in there. Should be able to, if you pinch it and then poke it through, should go in there and curve around. There it is. And you just take that end and then you stick the other end of the loop here through it like that. And there's your lanyard, so you can hold on so you don't lose it. I'm going to turn this off, actually. So to turn off, hold the button down for a second. There you go. And then we got a nice little Bosch carrying case. And so we'll stick that in there, just like that, I guess. I guess you could put it upside down if you want. It doesn't matter. But, I mean, that's a nice little case because when you're done using it and it's in your shop for a few months or whatever, until you use it next, you can stick it in there and it won't get all banged up. And then this is the nice little belt loop for it. That's handy. So like I said, here are the target cards. And I think basically what you do, these just help you, I guess you can stick them on something. You can stick them on the side of a board, and then you literally just kind of aim at the target card to get a proper measurement. It's just cardboard with what looks like yeah, sticky tape. So these are disposable, I guess. So yeah, this tells you how to do areas. So it'll total up. It'll do the calculations for total area of a room. It'll also calculate a third side if you measure up from the ground and down to the base of the wall. It will allow you to measure the third angle using, what is it, Pythagorean theorem, something like that. So that's kind of handy because you can measure height with that. It does use AAAs, and it comes with alkaline, so it teaches you how to do real-time measurement, area measurement, which is kind of cool. And it's got memory, so it teaches you how to delete the memory. You can change it to meters and millimeters, and that might be handy for me actually. Although I've been working in feet, but I could move to millimeters, and that might just be a little bit easier for me to calculate the difference between something. Yeah, definitely meters and centimeters and millimeters. And let's see, it's good to, what is it good to? Minus 10 degrees Celsius and plus 45 degrees Celsius. And that's it. So that's what you get in there. And I'm sure it tells you how to use the targets, but the targets are pretty self-explanatory. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. And nice little tool. This may prevent you from having to go to a shop to get your wheel alignment done.